you are creating your current reality, your current experiences by the way you're currently feeling. Your feelings are on repeat daily. Think about it. You're probably feeling the same way every day, and therefore you're creating the same experiences. And it's your feelings that are creating your reality. And if you can learn to shift how you're feeling, to pull yourself out of the loop of being yourself and feeling the same things every day, that's when change happens. But we are creatures of habit. I'm a creature of habit. We all tend to get stuck in the same loop of feeling the same way. You know, something happened to you in your past. A lot of it's past emotions that we're recycling and refeeling every day. Well, this person did this to me, so they're going to do it again. Or this job wasn't fulfilling, so there is no fulfilling job. Or this person wasn't good or kind to me, so there's nobody good out there for me. We tend to predict our future based off our past, and we tend to feel and live as if we are in our past. So it's this never-ending loop. It's this never-ending cycle of being and experiencing the exact same thing. So how do you escape this? How do you actually change your reality? How do you, create this new life that you're wanting, but you're feeling the same every day, right? It's so hard. And I have been through so many transformations in my life. And the reason I love to help other people transform their lives is because I can see the power of transformation. When you actually shift who you are, and then your reality shifts along with it, you can start living a higher quality of life. All we know is what we experience. Your entire life is a sum of experiences. And why live and why experience the lowest possible when you can experience the highest possible? When there's a reality, an alternate version of you who is living your dream life. That could be you. I know this because I went from a really low place where I didn't like my job, where I didn't like the way I looked, where I wasn't confident. I didn't believe I was worthy of money. I didn't think that I could make a lot of money. I limited myself, and my reality reflected all of these feelings and thoughts about myself. And so I went from that really low place to a really high place. And I don't even think this is the highest I can go. I'm clearly, climbing a ladder right now. And you can climb that ladder. You don't have to stay stuck where you're at. And this is the most beautiful part of our reality, of our experiences, is that they can change. You can change. And I always love reminding and motivating people this, because a lot of times we don't feel like it. We don't feel like things are going to change. I felt stuck. I didn't know that a whole nother reality was possible for me. So I'm here to remind you and to push you into realizing that what you're feeling right now is creating your reality. You are in control. You can change it. And you can change it by your thoughts and your beliefs and your feelings. Feelings being the most important. And why are feelings the most important? Because feelings dominate everything else. Like if I were to tell you to say the affirmation, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy. At some point, your feelings are going to override that affirmation. Because if you don't feel that you are wealthy, if you feel poor on the inside, if you feel unworthy on the inside, guess what takes over? Guess what dominates? Your feelings. The I am wealthy affirmation is meaningless. It's not going to help you at all. And affirmations are powerful, but only if you can combine them with an emotion. And that emotion is an authentic, dominating emotion. And so you can get into that state of I am wealthy by feeling it to be true, to really understanding what I am wealthy feels like. And a lot of this is pretend in the beginning, because you don't really know unless you've been there. And this is the hardest part for most people, is because they go, well, how do I know what it's like to feel wealthy? All I know is my past. All I know is what I've experienced. And so you're telling me to feel I am wealthy. Well, what is I am wealthy? I don't know. But you have to use your imagination. You have to get into that state of mind. If I were wealthy, if I were in love, if I were confident, if I were healthy, what would that feel like? And you can look to other people as examples. You can watch documentaries, get into the mindset. You can watch people's daily vlogs. You can see a day in the life of someone who's wealthy, confident, in love. And you can start to imagine, well, that's what it would look like. That's what I would feel like if I had this. And then you want to get into that emotion as much as you can. You want to train your body to feeling this new reality before it actually happens. And it could be as simple as learning to calm your body. For me, this is a huge part of it, is I realized I was anxious around money. Money was a huge block for me. That's why I talk about money so often, is because that's what I know. I felt unworthy of money, and there was a huge block there from me feeling secure and safe around money. So I had to build that security and that safety around money as if I already had millions of dollars. And this is something I still practice to this day. I meditate. I put on affirmations. I really just get into that feeling of, what does lots of money feel like? It feels like there's always more. It feels like I can relax. I don't have to be so tensed up and clenched up inside around money. I can hand over money in a relaxed, calm state, knowing it'll always recycle and return back to me. Money is a circulation. You don't have to be afraid to let it go out and come back. That's the whole point of money. It's an energy circulation. It's an energy exchange. And so I spent most of my time learning how to feel safe around money, because that's who someone who's wealthy, not just wealthy, but someone who feels abundant. Money's always coming to them. There are rich people who do not feel safe around money. They may feel like it's always going to go at any moment. Money doesn't equal that feeling of abundance. So remember to focus on your feelings. And most of your feelings are just recycled old past memories that you're holding on to. And so to shift out of your current cycle, to shift into a new version of yourself, into a new reality, focus on the feeling. What would that version of you look like? What would that version of you feel like? What does the gratitude for money feel like? What does the gratitude for love, or what does confidence feel like? And then sit with that emotion as often as you can. And when it starts to feel normal to you, that's when you know you've made the shift. It doesn't feel like work anymore. So I hope that this video was helpful for you today, that you feel your feelings are the most important. So I hope you feel that shift, and that you have a beautiful, wonderful fall day, and I'll see you in the next video.